They tell us comfort is the reward. The warm bed, the full plate, the glowing screen, the proof that we've made it. But what if comfort isn't the reward at all? What if it's the disguise? What if the bed, the food, the scroll, the laughter are just costumes worn by something far more ancient and far more dangerous? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt whole without needing anything more? Not just entertained, not just satisfied, but deeply, profoundly untouched by wanting. We live in an era drowning in comfort, and yet we are starving. Philosopher Carl Jung warned us, the things we use to protect ourselves from discomfort are often the very chains that keep us from becoming whole. And today, I'm going to show you comfort in a way you've never seen it before. The first trap. Imagine this. You wake up. Your hand reaches for your phone before your mind is even awake. There's no emergency, no joy waiting, just habit. A new notification makes you smile for 5 seconds. Then it's gone. Another post, another clip, another half-forgotten laugh. Somewhere in that infinite scroll, the morning vanishes, but the emptiness doesn't. You put the phone down. Maybe you wander to the kitchen. You eat something, not because you're hungry, but because you need something. That something isn't food. It isn't even dopamine. It's silence. It's relief. It's a moment where the noise stops, even if it's only for a heartbeat. But here's the problem. We rarely call it what it is. Instead, we name it pleasure or comfort and tell ourselves it's harmless. But comfort, when misused, is not rest. It's anesthesia, the shadow behind the smile. Jung spoke of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we refuse to face. And comfort, more often than not, is the shovel we use to bury it. When you eat without hunger, when you scroll without curiosity, when you desire without love, you are not choosing joy. You are choosing to go numb. The truth is painful. Most comfort isn't comfort. It's escape from self-awareness. And every time we use it that way, we dig ourselves deeper into hunger for the real thing. The hunger for meaning, for connection, for wholeness. We are not broken. We are simply distracted, conditioned to confuse escape with enjoyment. The lesson we never knew we learned. Let's go back in time. You're 5 years old. You cry, but no one listens. So you learn, feeling bad gets me nothing. But when you smile, when you make people laugh, when you hide your sadness, you get approval. And approval feels like safety. You repeat it again and again. By adulthood, your pain is silent and your comforts are loud. Louder than your fears, louder than your loneliness, louder than the child inside who just wanted to be held. But comfort has memory. Every time you use it to bury pain, you train your body to fear stillness, which is why you can't sit in silence, why you need background noise and shower, why being alone feels like punishment. The beautiful enemy. Jung never said comfort was evil. He warned that we misuse it, that the real enemy is avoidance, and comfort just makes it easier. Here's the picture. A person wandering a desert, chasing mirages. Each one promises water. Each one disappears as soon as they arrive. That's what comfort is when it has no purpose. Real comfort, the kind that heals, is quiet. It doesn't demand your attention. It doesn't smother the ache. It listens to it. It comes in the form of a deep conversation, a completed project, the peace of knowing you no longer need the thing that used to own you. The childhood cookie. Rewind again. You scrape your knee. You cry. It stings. And someone says, "Here, have some candy." Don't cry. Your brain learns. Pain equals something to be silenced. Feeling equals weakness. Solution equals sweetness. And so you grow up fluent in distraction. Comfort becomes your translator when you can't say, "I'm not okay." It dances when you're too tired to admit you're empty. It smiles when you want to scream. The loudest thing. Jung once said, when the inner world is ignored, the outer world becomes louder. And what is louder than the things we use to numb ourselves? The pings, the dings, the autoplay, the binge. They shout so we never have to listen. But what is underneath that noise? The need to belong. The wound of feeling unseen. The ache for meaning. Comfort is not bad. It is sacred when chosen with intention, but it becomes poison when it replaces presence. The subtle guilt. Have you ever felt guilty after indulging in something you thought you wanted? Another episode, another drink, another purchase. That guilt isn't about morality. It's about knowing deep down you weren't really nourished. Shadow work isn't about becoming edgy. It's about noticing the moments you trade truth for relief and choosing differently. The mirage of love. I once knew someone who couldn't stop falling into intense relationships. They called themselves a romantic, but every romance burned hot and then died. It wasn't love they craved. It was distraction, because when they were alone, the silence became unbearable. This isn't rare. It's the hidden epidemic, mistaking longing for love, scrolling for joy, comfort for healing. The danger isn't in having these comforts. The danger is never asking why we need them. Discipline as freedom. Think of the last time you resisted an impulse. You waited before buying. You ignored the late-night text. You stayed present instead of reaching for a screen. Later, you didn't just feel proud, you felt peaceful. That's because discipline builds trust with yourself. And trust is the real high. When you trust yourself, comfort no longer controls you. You choose it, intentionally, freely. The return to silence. Picture this. You walk into an empty room. No phone, no noise. And instead of panic, you feel at home. Not because you have everything, but because you are everything. That's the point of individuation, becoming whole not through denial, but integration. Enjoying comfort without needing it. Enjoying silence without fearing it. The real work. What does this look like in practice? It's catching yourself when you reach for the phone and asking, what am I avoiding? It's allowing yourself to feel boredom or loneliness without patching it. It's choosing the slower, harder pleasure, the one that requires presence. Because the richest comforts are earned. The meal after a day of effort. The laugh shared with someone who knows you. The rest that comes after meaningful work. The quiet revolution. Here's the paradox. When you stop needing comfort to feel okay, you become unstoppable. Advertising loses its power. Addictions lose their teeth. Your presence becomes your rebellion. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And who you truly are is not a bundle of cravings. You are a maker of meaning. And meaning, unlike comfort, doesn't come instantly. It's demanding. It's inconvenient. But it will feed you in ways comfort never can. The final question. Next time a craving hits, pause. Not to fight it, not to shame it, but to ask, what do I truly need right now? That question hands you the pen. It reminds you, you are not your hunger. You are the one who decides how to feed it. And when you see comfort clearly, you will still enjoy it, but you will never again trade your peace for its quick embrace. Because the comfort you don't need to chase is the only kind worth having.